Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Hsu, President of the College of Charleston. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston's spring commencement for the class of 2022. Sorry, I lost where I am. I want to personally thank you for joining us on this very special day. To our graduates, congratulations. You should be very proud of yourselves. To the families, friends, and loved ones of our graduates, this is your day too. Together, you have supported these graduates in a million different ways. Graduates, I would like you to please stand and thank your families, friends, loved ones with a big round of applause. Thank you. Graduates, please remain standing. And will everyone else please also stand as Justin Nelson, a graduating music major, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Justin. That was beautiful. I would like to take a moment to recognize those members of the Board of Trustees and our foundation board, past and present. Please stand when I read your name to be recognized for your service to the College of Charleston. We have trustees Lauren Birch, Beth Burke, Demetria Clemens, Henrietta Golding, David Hay, Renee Romberger, Penny Rosner, and Tav Swarat. And we also have Foundation Board member Johnny Baxley. Thank you. Graduates, you made it. You have persevered through challenges unlike any we have seen before. Your experiences have been very different from those of your family members and loved ones. What you have faced these past years as students give you a preview of what is to come in the future. Times are changing more quickly than ever, and you are showing yourselves capable of changing with them. At the College of Charleston, our liberal arts curriculum shapes all of our majors and academic disciplines, providing you a wide range of knowledge that will make you adaptable, flexible, and creative. But most important, your exposure to different ideas, philosophies, and perspectives will make you a lifelong student, someone always willing to grow and evolve. That is what the world needs more than ever. The first part of our institution's motto, Sapientia ipsa libertas, or wisdom itself is liberty, captures perfectly the spirit of your education here at the College of Charleston. Wisdom is not knowing just facts and figures. It is the ability to apply that knowledge in positive ways that solves problems and moves things forward. It's knowledge in action. Wisdom is something that takes time, and you are now well on your way on that lifelong path. Congratulations. By earning your degree, you show that you can do hard things. You can tackle assignments and accomplish great tasks. You didn't give up, even when it would have been much easier to do so. Your resilience sets you apart from other generations of students. I encourage you to draw on this experience for the rest of your life to remind yourself that you can push through anything. Yes, you can do hard things, and you can and you will do it again and again. As I look at this extraordinary class of College of Charleston graduates, I'm excited for you and for your futures. You have a long and open road in front of you to make your life that you want it to be. I can't wait to see where your journeys take you and to celebrate all of your accomplishments as College of Charleston ambassadors and champions. Congratulations, class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time for the conferring of the honorary degree, I will now be joined by the chair of our Board of Trustees, David Hay. Trustee Lauren Birch, would you please escort Mr. John Winthrop to the lectern? Vice Chair Demetria Clemens and Secretary of the Board Renee Romberger, please join me at the lectern as well. I'm honored to introduce John Winthrop, a person who represents the ideals of a liberal arts education and is a model for a lifelong learner, values we try to instill into all of our students. For decades, John Winthrop has used his personal network to bring to our campus top-tier speakers, from Fortune 500 CEOs to top government officials and military leaders to national journalists and writers. Through his philanthropy to the College of Charleston, Mr. Winthrop has enabled our campus to host some of the most significant, most interesting, and most relevant figures in our country.
I hereby present John Winthrop, a remarkable citizen of our community. Mr. Winthrop founded John Winthrop and Company Incorporated in 1980 and established the Winthrop Roundtable Dinner at the College of Charleston in the early 90s, the purpose of which was to incite thought-provoking discourse with renowned leaders. His leadership, innovation in the business world, and commitment to lifelong learning make him a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters. John Winthrop, your dedication to introducing world leaders to the college is remarkable and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare John Winthrop is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Winthrop. Now I'm honored to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Suzanne Farrell, Professor of English. Professor Farrell joined the college's faculty in 1993. A lot has changed on this campus during her 29 years tenure. But I think she will agree that the best aspects of the College of Charleston have remained the same, and that is our focus on excellent teaching and student success. Professor Farrell is one of those professors you just have to take. Don't take my word for it. Just look at some of the reviews on ratemyprofessor.com. Let me quote one for you. Dr. Farrell is an outstanding teacher, professor. There are teachers and there are real teachers. She is a real teacher. She likes students. She likes the subject she teaches. I strongly suggest that you have at least one class with her before you leave COC. So I hope all of you had at least one class. Besides being, so that was end of quote. Besides being a great teacher, Professor Farrell is also one of our top scholars. She earned the College of Charleston's Distinguished Teacher Scholar Award in 2009 in recognition of her excellent research and teaching. Her scholarship into the writer Kurt Vonnegut has generated national attention, and she is a founding member of the Kurt Vonnegut Society. I think it only appropriate to quote Vonnegut here. And how should we behave during this apocalypse? We should be unusually kind to one another, certainly, but we should also stop being so serious. Jokes help a lot. And get a dog if you don't already have one. Vonnegut wrote that in an essay in 1984, but his advice applies just as much today. By the way, it isn't the reason that I got a dog, but I'm glad that I have one. Professor Farrell's career in the classroom guiding students to appreciate and better understand literature, language, and different cultural perspectives has helped them toward a life of empathy and kindness. With that, the stage is yours, Dr. Farrell.
Thank you for that very kind introduction, President Hsu. As an English professor at the College of Charleston for nearly 30 years, I feel obliged to begin with a literary quote. So, graduates of the class of 2022, I say to you what American poet and essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson said to the young, unknown Walt Whitman after reading his startling new book of poetry, Leaves of Grass. I greet you at the beginning of a great career. As a class, you faced tremendous hardship. The COVID pandemic, arriving so suddenly in March of 2020, changed your college experience in a myriad of ways. And trust me, faculty members understand how difficult this time was for you. You might have been taking 5 different classes with 5 different online procedures. You likely felt frustrated, anxious, isolated, and often overwhelmed. Faces that once conveyed excitement and emotion were masked and contained within the borders of a Zoom box. Sometimes that box was only a black screen. And we were there struggling with you. Jolted into a whole new teaching environment, faculty members were making things up as we went, experimenting, struggling to find ways to move forward in this strange new online environment. But we worked through this time together, figuring out online learning, inventing plans for hybrid teaching, maintaining social distance, getting to know each other behind the masks. Now, at graduation, you can congratulate yourselves, not only for making it through, but for succeeding. There's lots of talk about the fragility of young people today, but I like to think that you've developed resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties. It suggests a certain toughness, a capacity to spring back, and elasticity. As I've walked between classes this spring, often in glorious weather, with the mask mandate newly lifted, I felt a special joy, a kind of renewal that can perhaps come only after hardship. Seeing the faces of students, young people so creative, energetic, laughing, full of life and promise, reminded me of the magic that can exist on a college campus, where we're constantly learning new things together. While I'm just an English professor, not some kind of sage to give advice, I do think this quality of resilience you've developed over the past few years will make your lives happier and stronger. I urge you to remain flexible, to not fear change, to avoid clinging to a pre-programmed path for yourself. I hope you will allow your life to shift and grow and adapt to whatever circumstances greet you, much like you did during the pandemic. And please, please maintain connections with others. Perhaps the most insidious effect of COVID was the isolation it created. But isolation is something that we can work to overcome. Study after study shows that happiness comes from close relationships and a sense of community, not from money or fame. I was especially struck by just such a sense of community when I was lucky enough to bring students on a study abroad trip to Trujillo, Spain. Trujillo is a small town of around 10,000 people. Like most Spanish towns, it has a central square, the Plaza Mayor, that serves as a market, a tourist attraction, but chiefly as a central gathering place for residents. What I loved about the plaza was that people of all ages met there. Small groups of elderly women in their 70s and 80s would convene in the square every early evening to share a drink together. Children would play soccer late into the night, while their parents socialized in the outdoor bars or on the church steps. There was a sense of connection, community, magic. While we in the US might no longer have the tradition of the central square, you can still maintain these kinds of connections. Say yes to things. Don't wait for others to initiate social interaction. Invite friends out, join groups, and know that your presence touches others. I hope that you, as graduates, have learned from your professors during your time at CFC. But what you might not realize is that we professors have learned so much from you as well. My own career at the college began by focusing on contemporary women writers. I still love the work of these writers, but my own career has shifted over the years so that for the past decade or so, I focus more fully on American war literature. This shift was very much initiated by students. First, by a young man, an English major and a member of the South Carolina National Guard, seeking to do an independent study on Vietnam War literature, a field I knew virtually nothing about. This student introduced me to the incredibly moving work of writer Tim O'Brien. Another student had the imagination to dream up a bachelor's essay that explored literary and artistic responses to the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Both of these projects inspired my own work immensely, leading me to new research and teaching paths. My point here is that each of you, as an individual, is probably affecting those around you in ways you might not even suspect or envision. While COVID might have made you feel isolated, that isolation is an illusion. We're all tied to each other by millions of invisible threads, maybe like the enormous root systems that biologists are discovering link individual trees to one another in a network of interdependency. And as an English professor, I would be remiss if I did not urge you to read. Reading will give you empathy. Read for information, yes, but read poetry and fiction as well. You've learned so much at the college, but please don't neglect your imagination. One of my own favorite writers is Kurt Vonnegut, a veteran who experienced miserable things in World War II. Vonnegut recognized the temptation to slip into despair about what he called the seeming contemptibility of man in the vastness of the universe. But in a graduation speech delivered in 1970, he urged students not to give in to such despair. In the face of all the shiny science and truth they learned at college, he begged the students to hold on to superstition, especially what he deemed the most ridiculous superstition of all, that humanity is at the center of the universe, the fulfiller or the frustrator of the grandest dreams of God Almighty. And we make human beings seem more wonderful than they actually are, Vonnegut argued, through the creation and appreciation of art. The arts, he believed, allow us to imagine a saner, kinder, more just world than the one we really live in. And Vonnegut believed that only by imagining such a world would humans actually be able to create it. Just as Vonnegut urged students to maintain their idealism in spite of the disheartening things going on in the world around them, I make the same plea today. I was deeply saddened when a colleague recently told me her students were depressed about the future. Some even felt like they didn't have a future. What I would like to say to these students is this: be interested, be engaged, be creative. Things might seem tough now, but you're resilient, you're adaptable. Resiliency, though, doesn't mean simply snapping back into place like a rubber band, exactly where you were before. Now is a time to imagine the world that you'd like to live in. Young people are doing great things during these difficult times, creating a better work-life balance, demanding social and racial justice, insisting that we address climate change, the greatest problem facing the world today. And remember, as Vonnegut suggested, the future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you dream up and then work to make real. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Professor Farrell. We greatly appreciate your timely and inspiring remarks. I'm Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost Suzanne Austin. At this afternoon's ceremony, we have 5 students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand as I call your name. Molly Bowman, a major in English. Dahlia Mae Watson, a major in English. Zachary Adam Kronsberg, a major in political science. Christina Neely Farrell, a major in French and Francophone studies. And Emma Lynn Burton, a double major in international studies and Spanish. Congratulations. Additionally, there are 146 students participating in this weekend's commencement ceremonies who have completed the Honors College requirements. All 146 students are wearing medals in recognition of their many accomplishments and varied engagement within the Honors College community. Congratulations to these students, too. And now it is my pleasure to welcome Ryan Thompson, President of the Student Government Association, to the podium.
All right, so first off, I want to start by saying, hi, Mom. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Shu, Provost Austin, guests, friends, family, and soon-to-be graduates, congratulations on a year of perseverance and resilience that has led us to this milestone in our life. On Porter's Lodge, the inscription translates to know thyself, and that is our motto here at the college. And after saying it to families each week on tours for 4 years, I truly hope each of you has learned about your passions, your worth, and yourself while being a student here. I owe so much of the person I am today due to the experiences I've had at this campus and the wonderful people that I've met. The support and love I've received from this campus allowed me to find my voice, find the confidence to believe in myself, and make it heard. Through multiple leadership experiences, interning in Washington, D.C. during the 2020 election, and surviving a global pandemic, and then being able to learn from the amazing faculty and staff on this campus, I truly came to know myself, but most importantly, love myself. As we enter our new careers, pursue future education, travel, serve your communities, take a break, or run for office, shameless self-promo, always pursue what makes you happy. If these last few years have taught us anything, it's that the future can be uncertain, but we have the power to adapt, make it our own, and succeed. Whatever you choose to do next, always do it with purpose and with love. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ryan, for those words and your leadership on campus, and please remain here as Lily Fair also joins us. In a moment, Lily, like you, will be recognized as one of our student award winners. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alicia Cadill, the Executive Vice President for Student Affairs. Before I speak about Ryan and Lily, it's truly my honor to announce that Kate Coffey is the recipient of the Presidential Award for Leadership, Scholarship, and Service, the highest honor a graduating undergraduate student can achieve at the College of Charleston. The Presidential Award for Leadership, Scholarship, and Service was established by former President Theodore Stern to recognize students who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and academic excellence. Kate would normally be participating in this ceremony as a graduating psychology major, but she is a student athlete competing in an equestrian event in Philadelphia this weekend. She and her fellow graduating teammates will be honored at a ceremony on Monday where she will deliver her remarks as an award recipient. Many congratulations to Kate. The Theodore S. Stern Cup honors members of the senior class who by character and influence have best and most faithfully exemplified the high ideals and exemplary qualities of former President Dr. Theodore Stern in both the college and the community. I am pleased to announce that both Ryan and Lily were the winners of the Ted Stern Cup this year. You've already heard from Ryan, and in a moment you will hear from Lily. Many congratulations, Ryan and Lily.
Thank you for that introduction, Dr. Cadell. And thank you to all of our family and friends who are joining us both in the Cistern Yard and online. We are so excited to share this day with you. When I was approached to write this speech, I sat down one day and tried to brainstorm some ideas. My first thoughts were of my grandpa, who was an attorney for many years and was known in my family for telling long, arduous stories that always had meaningful messages at the end. I sat down and intended to remember one of these stories to tell to the graduating class, but if you know me, you know I have a pretty short memory. Despite this lapse in memory, I do still associate my grandpa with these stories and their deep meaning. So I stand before you today, graduates, with a couple of questions. What do you want to be known for, and what legacy do you want to leave? I've been thinking a lot about legacy in my last couple years at the college. As I sat in my last class and took my last final, I was thinking of the lasting memory I would leave on this place. Because, like it or not, everyone, when we walk across the cistern this afternoon, we are all leaving our mark on CFC. Whether it's being a professor's favorite student, working on groundbreaking research, or being known as that kid who face-planted on the bricks, we are all achieved people. And what you have achieved up to this point is valuable, and our accomplishments as the graduating class of 2022 have made the College of Charleston better. So as we enter postgraduate life and leave college behind, remember to craft a legacy that you are proud of. Thank you, guys. And now, it is my honor to welcome Derek Williams, class of 1999, who will speak on behalf of the Alumni Association.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good afternoon. It is an honor for me to take part in your graduation today. As president of the Alumni Association, I welcome you as our newest members and invite you to join our family of nearly 100,000 alumni of the College of Charleston. Graduates, you may have noticed the messages placed on the backs of your chairs. This is just a small indication of the love and support provided by our CFC family. You are now a member of an alumni association that was founded in 1888 and exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. Take advantage of all the Alumni Association has to offer you as an alumni. Best of all, there are no dues. The friends you made here at the college will be some of the best friends you will ever have. Stay connected with each other and with the college. Come back for alumni weekends and a Charleston affair every year. Get involved with your local CFC club. We have more than 30 clubs throughout the United States and overseas. It is a great way to stay connected. Many of you are already donors to the college. We encourage you to continue giving back. It is our duty as alumni to make sure those who come after us enjoy the same wonderful student experience that we had. There is a graduation tradition involving your College of Charleston ring. Before graduating, students wear their rings with the seals facing in. But at graduation, the ring is turned so that the seal faces out. This indicates that you are now an alumni of the College of Charleston and prepared to go out into the world. You may now turn your rings. Welcome to the Alumni Association. Congratulations and good luck to you all.
Thank you, Derek. We have already celebrated 1 degree, and 1 degree, that is our honorary degree. And now we celebrate 600 more. Provost Austin will join me in presenting the first degrees, which is the AB degree, or in Latin is known as the Artium Baccalaureatus degree. Here at the College of Charleston, the Artium Baccalaureatus degree, or the AB degree in classics, require significant coursework in both Greek and Latin. The College of Charleston has awarded this degree for more than 2 centuries. That grand tradition continues today. Will the following candidates please come to the center stage? Isabel Claire Floyd, a double major in anthropology and archaeology. Ellie Reese Walker, a double major in classics and English. Caitlin Jo Overmeyer, a double major in classics and history. William Joshua Queen, a double major in history and political science. Mason Colby Willis, a double major in classics and history. Margaret Ann Daly, a double major in classics and German. Emily Rose Gutman, a double major in archaeology and classics. Caitlin Zoe Hart Worslaw, a major in classics. And Elizabeth Jane Hancock, a double major in psychology and Spanish. I ask those on stage to remain seated. However, it is tradition that the audience stand when this degree is awarded. Would the audience in the cistern yard please rise? Following our century-old tradition, I will confer these degrees in Latin. Curatoribus auctoritatem tribuentibus os juvenes in humanioribus litteris preclare eruditos ad gradum Artium Baccalaureatus admissi. Congratulations. The audience may be seated. Now joining us in awarding the bachelor's degrees will be Chair of the Board of Trustees, David Hay, Professor Susan Farrell, and Executive Vice President of Student Affairs, Alicia Cadell. Professor Anthony Varallo from the Department of English, and Professor Stephen Della Lana from the Department of German and Russian Studies will announce the names and majors of our graduates.
Assisting with the graduates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences will be Dean Gibbs Knotts. For the bachelor's degree in anthropology, joining us will be Professor Christine Finnan, chair of the department. D'Artagnan Thomas Brownlee. Sean Michael Daly. Linda Gabrielle Drusen, magna cum laude. Emma K. Gilliland also meets the requirements for archaeology and the Honors College. The Honors College certificates were presented by Dean Beth Meyer Bernstein at a separate ceremony. Tia D. Gordon, cum laude. Savannah Hunter Harday, summa cum laude. Emily Jo Hart. Nelly Alexandrovna Kerpak. Sabrina Lamaria Samuel, cum laude. Trinity Rose Strauss. Charity Zippera Sullivan. John Cody Taylor. April Lee Ann Williams. Yeah. For the bachelor's degree in communication, joining us will be Professor Ryan Milner, chair of the department. Maris Isabella Ackerman. Zoe Rose Accord. Hannah Elizabeth Alexa. Anne Morgan Allagood. Catherine Carol Aragon. Jennifer Anna Akasheri. Sierra R. Ashley. Benjamin Askew. Simi Hinton Auber. Anne Elizabeth Bailey, cum laude. Tanner George Bailey. Frances Grace Barnett. Ryan Cordell Biddix, cum laude. Courtney Jean Blum. Andrew Merritt Bratt. Jack Anthony Bright. Emily Margaret Brown. Madeline Olds Brown. Gracie Lane Bruns. Ashton Rose Buchanan. Dane Kyle Buckout. William Christian Bullitt III. Justin Gregory Burbello also meets the requirements for anthropology. Elizabeth Calder. Kylie Lauren Kaplan. Kylie Elizabeth Caputo. Colby Rose Carbo. Mallory Cleary. Jackson Franklin Clemens. Kelly Michelle Cochran, magna cum laude. Caroline Shim Combs. Hannah Cook. Catherine Taylor Cope. Ree Mackenzie Copeland. Olivia Grace Corso. Megan Teresa Cox. Sarah Grace Criswell, cum laude. Julia E. Dandridge, cum laude. Valerie Gabrielle D'Aquila, cum laude. Alexis Nicole DeLucia. Megan Ryan Dolph. Maurice Christopher Durant. Sienna Rosemary Felicia, magna cum laude. Madeline Adams Fuller, cum laude. Mallory Liza Gelbert. Brittany Rosanna Gigante. Ali Danielle Gorasi. Malcolm Floyd Graham. Ashley Margaret Grice. Mary Chandler Grasillo. Chelsea Jana Hagan. Austin Stewart Hall. Madison Elise Hall. Charlotte Ann Harris. Samuel Delaney Harris. Olivia Marie Herndon. Maggie Jean Heslin. Douglas Ray Hetzel. Alexandra Hildreth. Chase Anton Holscheid. Eternity Jasimon Hunter. Morgan Mary Hull. Lindsay Ann Hyde, cum laude. Jamie Renee Isaacs. Emily Elizabeth Jakaki. William Joseph Jennings. Griffin Pierce Joyner. Sadie Cobb Keller. Emma Catherine Kearns. McKinley Faith Kilgore. Lanier Morgan Kirchhoff. Lona Nicole Kocha. Skyla Maiden LaMonica. Dylan Hannah Laufman. Bonnie Marie Lee. Annabelle Hope Leeson, cum laude. Robert Maxwell Lynn. Mariana Rose Lafredo. Olivia Ann Lynch. Katie Siobhan Macklin, cum laude. Holly Marie Malnati, cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Mary Claire Massey, also meets requirements for psychology. Audrey Elizabeth Matthews, also meets requirements for Spanish. Alexia Ann McCarthy. Emily Grace McAvoy. Sarah Therese McGonigal. Amelia Ann McMahon. Rachel Riley McMahon, cum laude. Madison Taylor McNamara. Caroline Judith Lee McNaughton. Daniel Elizabeth Meehan, cum laude. Elena Paula Mell. Isabella Letizia Grace Moraldi, cum laude. Jared Miller. Taylor William Mitchum. Abby Faith Moore. Braden Alexa Nash, cum laude, also meets requirements for biology. Iris Catherine Newbecker, cum laude. Molly Nee. Reagan Yvonne Knoll, summa cum laude. Madeline Ann O'Brien. Zachary Benton Odessa. Amelia Margaret Orlando. Kimbra Owens. Elizabeth Mackenzie Rose Hypus. Abigail Delaney Paget. Rachel Brooke Panzano. Eva Marie Parisi, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Gina Lee Pelliccio. Hunter Penning. Kalea Lynn Perez. John Douglas Peterson, Jr. Alexis Christine Puckett. Reese Catherine Phillips. Sarah Jane Phillips. Chase T. Plank. Lindsay Suzanne Polk. McKinley Constance Pollard, magna cum laude. Zelda Ainsley Prevost, cum laude. Caroline Madison Puccini. Isabella Purcell. Mackay Jalen Lee Purnell. William Hurd Ravel. Caroline Stanton Rewalt. Mahogany Latish Richards. Ambrea Vinay Robinson Simmons, cum laude. Iriana G. Rucker. Nicholas Michael Ruppel. Molly Michaeline Russell, magna cum laude. Gerald James Sabella, Jr. Erica B. Saltel. Caroline Frances Schneider. Parker Willis Sears. Rachel Saney. Erin Grace Sentowski. Hannah Joseph Shine. Alexandra Wilds Schubert. Gabriella Silipini. April Catherine Silva, cum laude. Stella Cadin Silver. Grace Elizabeth Simmer. Morgan Lynette Simmons, magna cum laude. Greta Claire Smith. Kendall Grace Soistman, summa cum laude. Jonathan Eli Sussner. Ty William Stapleton. Sophie Claire Stedman. Maria Claire Struther. Joy Pauline Swayze, cum laude. Caitlin Davis Swerble. Annette Claire Tallheimer. Melissa Jean Thomas, cum laude. Julia Davis Thompson. Shaylin Jade Tolliver. John Patrick Ugast. Robert Stephen Vonlock III, summa cum laude. Avery Lee Venor. Joseph Sauls Varner. Thomas Veith Jr. Mia Morgan Velasquez. Sophia Louise Vick. Ruby Marie Walzer. Sam Ryan Yinnick. Amanda Ronnie Weiss. Laura Nicola Weston. Marlee Claire White. Justin Roddy Wicker. Frances Margaret Wilcox. Rakari Francesca Wright. For the bachelor's degree in English, joining us will be Professor Myra Seaman, chair of the department. Marie Callahan Andrew. Chase Arthur Baker. Piper Aliana Beckstein. Erin Mallory Berry. Molly Bowman, top honors. Margaret Claire Carroll, cum laude, also meets requirements for Honors College. Corey Lynn Chamberlain, summa cum laude. Kimberly Deanna Cohen, cum laude. Erin N. Conklin. Rachel Jane Kramer. Catherine Louise Dennis, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Hannah Elizabeth Finley, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for Honors College. Kristen Rose Gallagher, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Carter Dean Gibb, cum laude. Muhammad Ali Gulamali. Samantha Michelle Hooker. Samuel Creston Lamourie. Gabrielle Elizabeth Louis, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies and the Honors College. Erin Danielle Lyons. Cassidy Chapin Marecki. Julia Ann McKenna, also meets requirements for communications. Jenna C. Nesmith. Grace Olivia Nichols. Seven Deed Parker. Juliet Bell Powell. Kelsey Grace Pratt, summa cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Kaiser Ray. Darian Yvonne Reed. Michael Sanderson, Jr. Sarah Catherine Savage. Evan Walter Scheinberg. Cora Krista Shippa, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for sociology. Mary Margaret Dale Sutherland, cum laude. Ellie Reese Walker, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for classics. Mary Corinne Walters, magna cum laude. Dahlia Mae Watson, top honors. Jackson Elliott Wedge, cum laude. Patrick Joseph Wolscheid, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for philosophy. For the bachelor's degrees in general studies, joining us will be Alice Hamilton, director of the program. Ethan James Bossert. Lacey T. Colin. Ian Edward Corey. Declan Francis Dreza. Georgia Hart Ferris. Josephine Sophia Fletcher. Elizabeth Ann Good. Cam Mitchell Schmoles. For the bachelor's degree in history, joining us will be Professor Jason Coy, chair of the department. Meredith Fleming Bench. Channing Gregory Cajo. Kennedy Alexandria Caldwell, summa cum laude. Molly Catherine Connolly. Hallie Elizabeth Conrad. Jabiz George Danielson III. Nicholas Jeffrey DiCamillo. Kira Lily Eaton. Alexander Mitchell Fitzgerald also meets requirements for German studies. Caitlin Yvonne Hodges also meets requirements for political science. Natalie October House. Danielle Timothy Kelly. Glenn Ashton King. Lofton Elaine Kahn. Gabriella Kopczynski, cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies and the Honors College. Sean Thomas Lynch. Elizabeth Ann Lynch Gadaleda, cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies and the Honors College. James Kelly O'Brien, magna cum laude. William Joshua Queen, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Sharon K. Ramirez also meets requirements for art history and studio art. Ewan Daniel Reynolds. Isabel Irene Ryan, cum laude. William Ross Sullivan III. Matthew Connor Thurston. Mr. Thurston is receiving a certificate in history. Asia Chantel Williams. William Robertson Ziegler. Sophia Rose Cifalelli. For the bachelor's degree in philosophy, joining us will be Professor Larry Krasnoff, chair of the department. Ireland Grace Taylor, Noah Zachary Vian. For the bachelor's degree in political science, joining us will be Professor Hollis France, chair of the department. Nicole Aguilla. Alexis Marie Alvarez. Michael Knowlton Antley. Mia Caroline Benvenuto, cum laude. Timothy Wayne Berry. Claire Kathleen Blanton, magna cum laude. Holly Joy Borson. Megan Maureen Bridey. Christopher Ivanu Brown, magna cum laude. Hannah L. Brown, magna cum laude. Carter Coleman Buchanan. Brittany Gladys Cano, magna cum laude. Grant Christopher Collins, cum laude. Lauren Rendy Corey. J. Maxwell Davila, cum laude. Kendra Elizabeth DeGraff. Crizia A. DeJesus, cum laude. Laura Rose Delaney. Kathleen Frances Dorking, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emily Dale Duckworth, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Lily Highshaw Dutton, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. William Lucas Eads. Paige Abigail Enright. Anna Catherine Farley, cum laude. Ryan Donald Flynn. Joseph Dennis Fonseca. Sierra Goff, also meets requirements for communication. Sydney Jolene Danza Gonzalez, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Alexandra Chase Gorham. Caitlin Paris Herter. Kathleen Delaney Hopewell, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Virginia Hanley Howell. Liam Michael Huddock. Lauren Michelle Insinger. Molly O'Grady Irwin. Josie Vanessa Jeremijo, cum laude. Charles Samuel Kaler, Jr. Liam Jeffrey Korosinski. Zachary Adam Kronsberg, top honors, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Amani J. Lazarus. Stephanie Joan Lemire, cum laude. Kaylin Ileana Lopez Hernandez, cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Tyler Scott Mallory, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies and honors college. Tyler E. McDeed, cum laude. Adelaide Elizabeth Meany, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for arts management. Jordan Ashley Mercer, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for English and the Honors College. Max Robert Milliken, magna cum laude. Connor Patrick Murphy. Zoe Jericho Myers. Spencer Allen Myrick. David Ricardo Nito. Mackenzie Lee Ninstado. Jasmine Rena O'Neill, also meets requirements for international studies. Pierce Lancaster Ornstein. Sophia Ortiz. Ashley Marie Pidell, cum laude. Thomas Talmadge Ponder, Jr. Rashad Markle Quattlebaum. Peyton Reagan Rawl. Kayla Tahana Riley. Olivia Grace Rosado also meets requirements for English. Harrison West Rudolph. Andrea G. Sears, magna cum laude. Cameron Dalton Sheffield. Adriana Sierra. Hallie Civilingman. Abigail Caroline Smith, cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Rachel Patricia Simpson, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Rose Schultz. Dorian J. Solmiani also meets requirements for German. Kendall Andre Talley, cum laude. Denver Lillian Tanner. Madeline L. Teams also meets requirements for Women's and Gender Studies. David Ryan Thompson, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Sarah Isabel Thompson. Catherine Lee Marie Tucker, cum laude. Christopher Hunter Villanis. Sarah Morgan Whitley. Emily K. Wilson, cum laude. Stephen Cyrus Winsberg, cum laude. Devon Tyrell Witherspoon, magna cum laude, also meets requirements and the Honors College. Jada S. Young, magna cum laude. Kellen Alexis Young. For the bachelor's degree in psychology, joining us will be Professor Daniel Greenberg, chair of the department. Anna Marie Abusal. Catherine Denise Austin, cum laude. Grace A. Ivan, summa cum laude. Kaala K. Bajo, summa cum laude. Herman Decatur Beckham IV, cum laude. Shira Hen Bezalel, summa cum laude, also meets requirements and the Honors College. Jaira N. Blake. Caroline Marie Bliss, summa cum laude. Mary Carlton Boyd. Kiea Renee Brand, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Maggie Emily Brooker, cum laude. Sophie Bookmeyer, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Grayson Delaney Burris. Kayla F. Kane, cum laude. Stephen John Cahill. Quinn Caitlin Calkins, magna cum laude. Jaden Nashawn Canteen, also meets requirements for African American Studies. Delaney Catherine Carlisle, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Victoria E. Karsten, cum laude. Alyssa Margaret Chase. Genesis Chavez Gonzalez. Janet Chung. Faith Catherine Clark. Lauren Elizabeth Collins, cum laude. Emma Lucille Cook, cum laude. Jesse L. Cox. Sarah McCarty Creel. Caitlin Hannah Dean, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emily Eileen DeBeck. Taylor Nicole Donadio. Erin Kelly Donnelly, cum laude. Molly Claire Downey, also meets requirements for sociology. Oriel Jonathan Edra, cum laude. Torian D. Edwards. Riley Ann Engstrom, cum laude. Sabrina Alessandra Fiorillo, cum laude. Mary Catherine Flanagan. Anna R. Foster, cum laude. Verana Mikhailova Goyevana. Carly Margaret Jimenez, magna cum laude. Bernadette Marie Galmas. Okay. Lucy Lemoyne Graham Fleischman.
Daphne Cadbury Gray, cum laude. Anna Grace Greenhoe, magna cum laude. Ethan Christopher Guthrie, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Megan Ray Guthrie. Elizabeth Jane Hancock, cum laude, also meets the requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Catherine Eileen Harvey. Sierra Dakota Hayes. Morgan Teresa Hazeltine. Magali Hernandez, cum laude. Caitlin Riley Holiday, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Joel Thomas Horowitz. Emily Madeline Horowitz, also meets requirements for French and Francophone studies. Allie Taylor Hunt, summa cum laude. Chandler Huto. Ariana M. Johnson, also meets requirements for biology. Jalen Renee Johnson. Shaikiria Aljara King, cum laude. Brooke Ann Lawrence. Lindsay Ann Lee. Sydney Carol Lee. Catherine Shade Lizeo, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emily Logue, cum laude. Brianna Danielle Ludlam, cum laude. Nicole Maldonado, magna cum laude. Rain Kennedy Malcasian. Darlisha Q. Martin. Adam Robert Martz, magna cum laude. Adeline Bell Mikan. Riley Aaron McDonald. Jasmine Laniel McDuffie. Hannah Megan Meeks Cottrell. Georgia Meyer. Patrick Thomas Meyer, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Mary Virginia Michaels, cum laude. Mallory Ann Moe. Daphne Cadbury Gray. Haley Marie Monroe. Corey Elizabeth Murdaugh, cum laude. Jenna Michelle Nightingale, cum laude. Rachel Joanna Notila, cum laude. Camilla Margaret Orzek, magna cum laude. Cami Alexis Pahino, summa cum laude. Caroline Fulton Parry. Anne Walker Payne, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Kendall Grace Perles. Nicole Emily Piskajewski. Julia Ann Pizzas. Devon S. Prather. Elizabeth Catherine Rawson, cum laude. Sabria Danielle Richardson. Coralice Del Mar Rio Santiago. Isabella Dorothy Robbins. Cameron M. Robbins, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Caitlin Elizabeth Rogers, cum laude. Zoe Walker Rogers, cum laude. Amber S. Sheepa. Drew M. Schleif. Allison Danielle Shortino, summa cum laude. Kennedy M. Seigler. Mimi Shea. Alex Ashley Sophia. Samantha Quinn Stocking, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Savannah Jane Straff, cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Catherine Grace Kopp Stringer, cum laude. Morgan Page Summy, cum laude. Fallon Taylor Sutton, cum laude. Hannah Dorothy Tompkins, magna cum laude. Katie Marie Turano. Megan Michelle Valario. Ryan Van Canahem. Rachel Grace Wiedemann, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Olive Lee West. Marin Sella Wetzel. Rachel Faith Williams. Isabel Lauren Wilson. Kira Hope Wood, magna cum laude. Donald Jacob Wright, Jr. Grace Wyman. Megan Grace Yale, magna cum laude. Noah Michael Yankovich, also meets requirements for history. Julia Isabel Zimmerman, magna cum laude. Nicole Bell, also meets requirements for art history. For the bachelor's degrees in religious studies, joining us will be Professor Zeph Birkin, chair of the department. What about this one? Okay. Kelsey Rowan Gallo, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Susan Mackenzie Roberts, cum laude, also meets requirements for anthropology. Josiah A. Tomasin also meets requirements for international studies. For the bachelor's degrees in sociology, joining us will be Professor Christine Finnan, chair of the department. Dalton G. Bell. Haley Jean Brinson, cum laude. Lindsay Grace Cardew. Sarah Evelyn June Dilling. Naomi E. Duval, cum laude, also meets the requirements for women's and gender studies. Carolyn Rose Flamini. Ethan Amon Friend. Mackenzie Peyton Gimbrill. Jason Lee Gulick, summa cum laude. Jamarcus Tyshawn Hall. Mr. Hall is receiving a certificate in sociology. Haley Margaret Heck. Andrea Nicole Hickman. Demetra Ippolito. Olivia Faith Jackson, summa cum laude. Alden Marie King. Madison Lee Kwiatkowski. Haley Lanier. Clara Margaret Morse, magna cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Nelson. Shearston Zoe Olson. Esperanza Oralia Orozco. Latrice Shantae Perkins. Stephanie Morgan Presper, cum laude. Marisa Amber Price, cum laude. Kate Lewis Regalbuto. Osinachi Bright Smart. Alexandra Marie Smith. Julia Catherine Smoot. Grace Aaron Taylor. Jody Rose Tyndall. Savannah Michael Voorhees, magna cum laude. Kensley Wiggins, magna cum laude. Savannah Catherine Young, also meets requirements for biology. For the bachelor's degrees in urban studies, joining us will be Professor Melende Luca Kelly, director of the program. Emma Watson Blaylock. For the bachelor's degree in women's and gender studies, joining us will be Professor Chris DeWeld, director of the program. Marissa Grace Haynes also meets requirements for sociology. Kaandra Nicean Humphrey also meets requirements for psychology. Jillian Kelly. Adele Elizabeth Lemire. Sarah Claire Mullins, magna cum laude. Geronimo Ortega, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for psychology. Annalise Elizabeth Waller, also meets requirements for international studies. Assisting with the graduates from the Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs School will be Dean Timothy Johnson. For the bachelor's degrees in African American Studies, Professor Anthony Green, director of the program. Kayla Simone Doctor, also meets requirements for sociology. Iyanla Kitana Fuller, also meets requirements for political science. For the bachelor's degrees in archaeology, Professor Scott Harris, director of the program. Isabella Claire Floyd, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for anthropology. Samuel Theodore Schaefer, also meets requirements for anthropology. For the bachelor's degrees in classics, Professor Noel Ziner Carmichael, representing the department. Kiara M. Bohannon, also meets requirements for English. Margaret Ann Daly, cum laude, also meets requirements for German. Charlotte Lee Guthrie, also meets requirements for archaeology. Emily Rose Gutman, also meets requirements for archaeology. Caitlin Jo Overmere, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Anna Marie Underwood, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for history and the Honors College. Mason Colby Willis, also meets requirements for history. Caitlin Zoe Hart Werzilla, cum laude. For the bachelor's degrees in French and Francophone Studies, Professor Lisa Signori, chair of the department. Ryan Devesh Ayuha, also meets requirements for accounting. Catherine Jane Cato, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for biology. Hannah R. Haynes, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for English and the Honors College. Parrish F. Hunt, magna cum laude. Anne Hamilton Dulaney Canelos. Milena Uros, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Carol Ann Marie Walker also meets requirements for political science. For the bachelor's degrees in German, Professor Morgan Kerner, chair of the department. Sophia Aurora Carrillo, magna cum laude. William Vernon Holler, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Erin Grace Hauptmann also meets requirements for anthropology. Taylor Marie Kerr, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration and the Honors College. Benjamin Kenneth Ross also meets requirements for supply chain management. For the bachelor's degrees in German studies, Alexis Nicole Graham also meets requirements for classics. For the bachelor's degrees in international studies, Professor Malte Pale, director of the program. Rochella E. Acosta. Ina Artemenko, magna cum laude. Ella Rose Baxley, cum laude. Jessica J. Beck, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for political science in the Honors College. James Raymond Bender. Eliza Grace Blackwell. Sarah Grace Bonchik. Sophia Jacqueline Chauvin. Mackenzie Conley also meets requirements for political science. Riley Christine Conover. Christina Neely Farrell, top honors, also meets the requirements for French and Francophone studies in the Honors College. Elizabeth Jane Gill, cum laude. Zola Plum J, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Madeline Grantier Kufeld, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Garrett Michael McKinnon. Amelia Adele Olson, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for public health and the Honors College. Emma Pierce, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Tally Daniel Sessions. Thais Shelton. Kathleen Redmond Strawn. Misty Andes Tapscott, magna cum laude. Linda Tran. Veronica Rose Wareham, cum laude. Mazzie Grace Wyland, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Ethan S. Weiss. Catherine Alice Wershing, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for political science in the Honors College. For the bachelor's degrees in Jewish Studies, Professor Chad Gibbs representing the program. Elena Stern Komorowski, cum laude, also meets requirements for women's and gender studies. For the bachelor's degrees in Latin American and Caribbean Studies, Professor Nadia Avendano, director of the program. Alfonso Telez Aranda, also meets requirements for political science. Okay. For the bachelor's degrees in Spanish, Professor Michael Gomez, chair of the department. Madeline Lucille Anderson. Cameron Ava Brown, cum laude. Emma Lynn Burton, top honors, also meets requirements for international studies in the Honors College. Roslyn Cleary, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Jacob William Coussart, summa cum laude. Isabel Marie Del Mastro, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Latin American and Caribbean studies. Elizabeth P. Edmonds, summa cum laude. Laura Addison Kurtz. Lily Pauline Fair, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Elena Minolfo, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international business and the Honors College. Christopher Bud Morley. John Andrew Quirk, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for international studies and the Honors College. Camille Rachel Sullivan, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for geology and the Honors College. Jewel Hannah Wilgus.
Will the bachelor's degrees candidates please rise? President Hsu, upon the successful completion of all degree requirements and with the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present the bachelor's degree candidates of 2022.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, or Bachelor of Science as earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Members of the class of 2022, on behalf of the entire College of Charleston community, congratulations to you on this very special day. I hope that you will look back on your time here as enjoyable, thought-provoking, and life-changing. You are leaving the College of Charleston a stronger and better place than you found it. And I thank you for your many contributions to our university. You now join our alumni family, a diverse group of people who are dedicated to making a difference and who are making the world a better place. Would the alumni from previous classes who are in the audience join us today? Please rise and be recognized. Thank you. Graduates, I send you forth with best wishes as you begin the many adventures that lie ahead of you. Wherever you go in the world and whatever you seek to do in service to our society, may you always remember your roots here at the College of Charleston. May you take the skills and lessons that you learned inside and outside of the classroom and use them as you become globally minded and globally fluent citizens. And may you always remember what it means to be a cougar. Graduates, today you have completed an important part of your life's journey. Please be seated, by the way. May today open many doors of opportunity to you in the future. Once again, congratulations, class of 2022. And go Cougars!